People usually describe self-care as something that's like a treat yourself kind of a moment, whether it's a spa day or a night out on the town with friends. Except when I'm talking about self-care, I mean something a little bit different. There's no one size fits all when it comes to self-care. So let's define terms for a moment. When I say self-care, I mean literally the most boring thing you can think of. Self-care is not a luxury. It's a discipline. I can't quote myself on that because I heard it on a podcast and don't remember where, so I can't even quote them on it. But I loved the phrase because this idea of self-care as being a luxury means that we often don't allow ourselves to do it. Whatever self-care is in our minds, when I say self-care, whatever you imagine that to be, usually we limit our ability to access that because, I have so much to do before that, or I don't deserve it, or I feel guilty taking it, and I shouldn't take money or time away from my family or my work or whatever. And so self-care becomes this like reward at the end of a very obscure and nebulous idea of earning. And so often my clients will come to me and they are totally just burnt out on life. And the idea of self-care in its most basic form, even that feels like a struggle. So when I say self-care, I'm literally meaning, are you drinking water every day? Are you prioritizing your sleep habits? Are you giving yourself some alone time? Are you showering? When was the last time you really washed your hair or took a hot bath? When was the last time you called a friend and just talked? Let them know what was going on with you. The boring type of self-care is literally, what do I need to do today that's going to fill me up enough to get me through the week? So a lot of times with my clients, I describe this difference between coping skills and self-care. Coping skills are the things that we clinicians like to give you as ways to deal with your stressors, your anxiety, your depression, when they are actually impacting you. So if you have a gas tank, and the gas tank starts out of the day 100% full, but let's say you don't sleep well the night before and you only start at 90% full or 75%. The things that happen throughout your day are going to run your gas tank down. Coping skills come in to stop you from getting totally depleted, but they don't fill you back up. Self-care, on the other hand, tries to fill you back up to that 100% mark as much as possible, or at least keep you from going on empty on a daily basis, whether that is reading a book or shopping on your own or calling a family member. It could be as simple as taking the time to not do your laundry, even though you have 3 piles of it, and go and sit on your porch for a few minutes. But oftentimes, again, that guilt kicks in, that feeling of like, I don't deserve this, or I shouldn't take this for myself. But what we fail to realize is that the lack of self-care does more damage than if we took the time to invest in ourselves in those little increments, instead of just hoping that, I've got a vacation coming up in 3 months and that'll rejuvenate me. Studies show that vacations actually don't do as much rejuvenation as the daily disciplines of self-care. So I would really encourage you this week to think of ways that you normally think are a treat yourself kind of a thing, and see if you can start implementing them into your life on a more regular basis. Maybe instead of taking 3 massive or 2 massive trips out of the year with your 2 weeks of vacation, what would it look like to take a long weekend every 6 weeks? Instead of doing like a big pedicure every couple of months, what would it look like to soak your feet in the tub, to sit in a tub and read a book? Just little things like that where you can start incorporating some self-care into your daily life in ways that are really going to benefit you in the long run. If you have questions on this, please send me a note. I would love to chat more. I think self-care is one of the most essential, easy, preventative things that we can do for ourselves and our mental health and physical health. Exercise is an often overlooked one. So get outside, do something for yourself. Give yourself the freedom and the permission to take care of yourself so that you are more impactful to the people who need you. That's all for today. Tune in next time for more of This Full Life with Kelly.